What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Nerd Corner. I'm Lotus Sooooo, the kid who never knows best. And in today's video, I want to bring you guys a bit of a Q&A. But before we do get into that, I kind of feel like I might, perhaps owe you guys just a teensy bit of an explanation as to where I've been over the course of the last 2 or 3 weeks, because I haven't been uploading any videos. And, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. I don't think you guys have seen me since. I might give you a bit of an idea as to where I've been, but I may have had one or two, major distractions that have been eating up a lot of my time, and I don't know, as well as several minor inconveniences that have been pushing back, the creation of content. But I can assure you that I have been working towards improving the quality of everything that I do as far as YouTube and Twitch. And I know what I said, go ahead and be childish about it in the comments. But anyway, yes, you might notice, the camera quality is obviously looking crisp and clean. I recently got the Nikon D750, which I'm a very proud owner of. I'm very happy to have and put to use. And of course, now we have this Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus microphone, as well as this pop filter and the shock mount and this nice little microphone arm that extends and I can move around. It's very convenient. I purchased this to improve the quality of my live streams because I have been streaming over on twitch.tv/LotusSooooo. Links in the description down below. You guys can go ahead and hit that up so you can catch me playing video games, mostly fighters right now, but I will be playing other games on there as well. And then of course, I recently purchased a Rode, well, that's not obvious to you guys, but I recently purchased a Rode VideoMic Pro to actually attach to my Nikon camera so that I don't have to be in a setup like this. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with this, but it's a little bit inconvenient because of the way I have to do things. But yeah, I bought a microphone specifically for my camera, but the problem is the first one that I bought ended up being a knockoff. I bought it off eBay, hoping to save a little bit of money. It ended up being a counterfeit. Fortunately for me, the seller was very nice about it. They refunded my money. I sent it back, and then once I got my money back, I was like, okay, let's not be cheap. Let's spend the money on an authentic one. And so I did, a brand new one. Unfortunately, when I got it in the mail, it was already broken. Like, one of the switches fell off, the back plate was falling off, and it's minor things like this. But I have been working towards improving the quality of everything, like I said, because if you guys know me, if you've been around on the channel, if you know if there's one thing I pride a lot about my channel, it is the production value. I strive to bring you guys the highest quality stuff that I can in terms of my editing, in terms of the audio quality, the video quality. And I'm very particular about things. That's another one of the reasons why I don't upload as frequently as a lot of other people do, is because I'm such a perfectionist, and I'm an imperfect perfectionist. I'm never satisfied with what I do, and so there's a lot of videos that get scrapped. There's a lot of things that I don't do because I can't do it as well as I want to. But yeah, we're back in action. The train is back in motion. The ship has set sail, and we back with the content creation. So follow me on Twitter, because that's where I gathered these questions from. So Lotus Sooooo, link is in the description down below. It's also the easiest and fastest way to get in touch with me. It also helps you keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. It's also, as why I might not be putting out videos as frequently as you think that I should, or that I also would like to. But yeah, so follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and now we're gonna get into this Q&A. First question comes in from the homie Rob Style, and he asks, if you were to scale Afro on a 1 to 10 scale as far as fighter's power level, what would it be? And then Afro responded with, gas me up, Lotus. And I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Afro...
Don't come back on me! You wretched boy! He's dead, he's dead. Oh!
About that right there. When you gonna make some more manga vids, fam? All I can say is stay tuned. What that mouth do? Fudge Stripes are best cookies, don't at me. Is there a goal you have in mind for 2018 that you feel like you need to accomplish? If so, what is it, if you don't mind answering? I've never really been the kind of guy that had a lot of goals or aspirations. I've never really set achievements or accomplishments for myself. I've always just kind of taken life one step at a time, one day at a time. And that's a lot of the reason why I named myself Asakura, because Asakura is the name from the main character in Shaman King, Asakura. And his motto, a phrase that he repeats time and time again in the series, is that it'll work out. And it's kind of like the motto that I've lived life by. And a lot of times it does feel like I'm kind of, wandering aimlessly through life, and I never really know where I'm going to end up, but it always works out in the end. And that's kind of just how I continue to live life. I don't really have any particular goals, aspirations, or any deep underlying motivations to do what I'm doing, other than I'm just having fun, trying to enjoy life to the fullest, and just trying to be successful at doing the things that I enjoy doing. And so far, it's been working out for me, and that's been the case for me over the course of the last several years. And I'm still fairly young, so I don't really feel like I need to have a sense of urgency in order to accomplish anything in particular. Maybe if I get a little older, I might start feeling like I need to apply myself more in a certain way. But as things stand now, even for the course of the next year, I kind of just go with the flow, and that's just always been how it is. Why you so damn sexy? I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do you think Harada will ever make Tekken Tag Tournament 3? And what do you think will happen in the Tekken 8 story mode? I do think that we can expect to see a Tekken Tag Tournament 3 at some point in the future. You know, I don't think the tag games are anywhere nearly as popular as the mainline games. I know I never played Tag 2 personally, but I don't think that they're going to go away forever. So we can expect to see Tag 3. As for the storyline of Tag 8, I mean, I'm actually hoping that Heihachi's dead this time for real, with spoilers if anyone doesn't know about the lore of Tekken and actually cares. But yeah, this is what, the second or third time Heihachi has died. I hope that it's actually for real this time and that he's not going to be back in Tekken 8. Not because I dislike Heihachi, I just don't care about his character. I'm way more interested in Kazuya and Jin. So I want to see them go at it, right? And in the end, I want to see Jin come out on top. And I don't think we're going to see the end of the Mishima Bloodline saga and all this stuff, like this feud end with Tekken 8. But I want to see Kazuya and Jin go at it, and at the end of the Tekken franchise, or whatever happens, or what comes, you know, next, I want to see Jin win in the end, because Jin's just my favorite character out of the Mishimas. Well, I guess he's a Kazama, but he's a Mishima, you know what I mean. Will Shokugeki no Lotus return? I can't say when, because I don't know when. I don't know what I'm going to make next, or when I'm going to do it, but Shokugeki no Lotus will return at some point, someday in the future. Pancakes or waffles? And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. To be honest with you, I really ain't got a preference between pancakes or waffles. And I know this is an ongoing debate. This war has been around for centuries, you know, pancakes versus waffles. And people feel very strongly about this, but I don't love either one more than the other, to be honest with you. But if you really want to know how I feel, fuck a pancake or a waffle. French toast is the true MVP. How are you? I'm great. Will you adopt me, Dad? Woof. What's your favorite shoe of all time, even if you have never owned it? This is a question that a lot of you already know the answer to, but my favorite shoe of all time, and you might be thinking this is a weird question to ask, but it's because like I care a lot about sneakers and fashion if you're new here. But yeah, my favorite shoe of all time is the Air Jordan 1 Bread, because this shoe is just so stylish, so iconic. It's pretty comfortable for me. It's really easy to rock. In fact, this was the shoe I was wearing earlier today, which is why I had it, you know, beside me just now. But yeah, man, this shoe is just so ill to me, and I've owned everything from Converse and Vans to you know, polo shoes and Fubu's, all the way up to Yeezys and Louis Vuitton Dons and everything in between. And out of every sneaker that I've ever owned, every sneaker that I've ever seen, the one that is just a timeless classic to me, one that I never get tired of, one that I always go back to, is the Bread 1. This is my holy grail. This is the shoe that I love the most. This is the shoes that I never get rid of. I always make sure that I have a pair on deck. And yeah, I love them, and for many reasons, because I love the colorway, I love the style, I love the look, I love the comfort, I love how easy they are to wear. Not to mention that at this point, Slam Dunk is probably my favorite manga, and the main character, Hanamichi Sakuragi, actually wears this exact shoe in that series. Not right at the start, he starts off wearing a pair of Air Jordan 6 white infrareds, but eventually he goes on to wear these, and it's just like, as if I needed any more reasons to love this shoe. So yeah, man, Bread 1s, absolutely love them. Have you seen Darling in the Franxx? It's kind of crazy, but it's a romantic type thing, a little Gundam and such. I did actually see the very first episode of Darling in the Franxx, and I haven't been watching it week to week because it's not really my style. You know, I'm more of a binge a whole season at the end of it kind of guy. But I saw the first episode and I liked it a lot, and I think I'm really going to enjoy that series when I do actually dive into it, because that first episode was really cool. Did you ever play Tatsunoko vs. Capcom? If so, do you want there to be another one on the Switch? I have never played Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and I don't own a Nintendo Switch, so to be honest with you, that doesn't really matter to me. How are you so good with Trunks? Is it because you are Trunks? Alright, so before I actually answer that question, I gotta let y'all know real quick to follow the boy Mr. Dolpen on Twitter. I'm gonna have him on screen real quick. I'm gonna have his link in the description down below. Go and follow Dolpen, because that is one of the most talented artists, and I'm glad that I've had the pleasure to meet this man recently. But not only have I met him and interacted with him, he's a pretty cool guy, but he drew me. He drew your boy Lotus as Future Trunks, because I am Future Trunks. He drew me in the Dragon Ball FighterZ art style with Future Trunks clothing on, and it's just the illest thing. You might have noticed that it's my new YouTube icon. I made a brand new YouTube banner with it, and I know it was honestly, even though as much as I love that drawing and as sick as it is, it was kind of hard for me to replace Kurama, because Kurama's kind of been on my channel since damn near day one. He's been my icon, and I love Yu Yu Hakusho, and Kurama's my favorite character, but this drawing was just too sick to not use it. So yeah, that's the thing. But as far as how am I so good with Future Trunks, I can only assume that you mean the Dragon Ball FighterZ, and to be honest with you, I'm not that good with Trunks. I mean, I'm adamant about using him because he's my favorite character, but I don't think Future Trunks is amazing in FighterZ. I think he's maybe average as far as the roster goes, and I'm not amazing with them. Like Hell Pockets, NY Chris G, those are guys who are way better with Trunks than I am. Favorite anime of all time and why? You must be new here. clearly you have no idea who I am. You've never had a single interaction with me whatsoever. You've never seen a single one of my videos, because if there's anything anybody knows about me, it's that my favorite anime is Fooly Cooly, because I never shut up about it. I mention it every chance I get. I'm always talking about how much I love Fooly Cooly. And as for why I love it, if I start going into why I love Fooly Cooly, this is a video that's going to end up being an hour long, and I do want to do that one day, just mouth off and just about how much I love Fooly Cooly and what that series means to me. But music, animation, characters, the nostalgia, just, man, there's so much I could say about that series, but it's my number one for a reason. It definitely is, and one of these days I'll go into explanation about that, but just not right now. Matter of fact, have you ever seen a single one of my videos? I call myself the boy who never knows, the kid who never knows best at the beginning of all my videos. I have the Fooly Cooly inspired intro. Nigga, who are you? Wait a minute, how do you not? Anyway, man, moving on. Out of your friends, who was your toughest opponent in Fighters? That one easily goes to Ndakuba. I'd say Ndakuba and I are, without a doubt, the two top players amongst our group of friends, you know, amongst squad. And it's not to bash anyone, because I don't consider myself very good at the game, but amongst our circle of friends, Ndakuba and I are just by far the best at the game right now, and we're the ones who go back and forth the most. Will you be my dad? Afro Senju abandoned me. Double oof. Show us your best combo in Fighters, one that you can actually perform on people. So I only just recently picked up Android 21, and I wouldn't say I have her mastered or anything, because I was using Frieza in her place instead, but I picked her up a couple of days ago, and I like her a lot, and that's the best combo I've got right now. Not just with her, but just in this game in general. That's just the best combo that I've learned. Why are you still single? I mean, probably because I don't ever leave my fucking room. Why do you Steins Gate so much? Now, I can only assume that you mean, why do I hate Steins Gate so much? And again, that's another video for another day, because that's a rant in and of itself that could go on for 20-30 minutes, because I hate that series so much. But now is just not the time nor place for that. But one of these days I will explain it, whether it be in a live stream or in a video. I will explain why I hate that series so much. What other anime would you like to see get the Fighters treatment? If by the Fighters treatment you mean an actual competent fighting game that could potentially be developed by Arc System Works, I would love for Naruto, My Hero Academia, even Bleach, you know, just any of the popular battle shonen anime out there, to get it, except for One Piece, because I don't care about One Piece. Whatever. But yeah, any of the series that I do enjoy out there that are battle shonens, like My Hero, Hunter x Hunter, Hakusho, Bleach, Naruto, like any of that stuff, like I'd be down. Did you have other jobs before doing YouTube? I don't even really know if I consider YouTube a job. It's just something that I'm doing for fun, and I'm able to make a little bit of money doing it. But the only thing I've ever done before YouTube was photography, and that's what I still do. It's still one of my biggest passions. But yeah, I've never had like a retail job. I've never worked in fast food. I've never had like a quote unquote real job. I've always just kind of, like I said, gone with the flow, under the mentality that, you know, everything will work out, and everything has always worked out, fortunately enough for me. What inspired you to make YouTube videos? I've been making YouTube videos since I was in like elementary school. You know, my friend and my brother and we made YouTube videos when we were kids, some of which are still online, but you're probably never going to find. Well, maybe someday you guys might, but there's no way you'd be able to find them now, like as of right now. But you know, I've always thought it was cool to, you know, make videos to put online that people thought were, you know, funny or entertaining or just really cool to see. And so this isn't something that's really new to me. You know, I've been around since the very beginning of YouTube, because when it first was a thing, you know, I was on here watching Nigahiga and Smosh and Fred and all. I never liked those guys except for Nigahiga, but, you know, I was here from the beginning. So making YouTube videos was something that I kind of always wanted to do. And even before I made this channel, you know, I always wanted to do like a serious channel, you know, something where I would grind and, you know, continue to make content, because photography and videography is something that I've always really enjoyed, or at least, you know, for the last several years. And it took me a while to settle on, you know, what I wanted a channel to be about. And, you know, I just was like, why not anime and manga? I mean, I'm a big ass nerd. I love manga, I love anime, I love video games, and here we are. Who's your favorite team on Fighters? DLC could switch things up, but as of right now, right this very minute as I'm recording this video, the team's looking like Future Trunks at point, Android 21 at the mid, and then Rose as my anchor. Are my shoes really that ugly? I'm gonna keep it a $150 with you. I really don't know where this meme came from. I don't even know what the shoes in question look like, so I'm gonna just say you gotta tell me, Playboy, I can't help you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ugly are Lord of Anime shoes? Again, I don't even know what the shoes in question look like, so I don't know how to answer this question. Favorite fight of Dragon Ball Super so far? Alright, so spoiler warning for dub watchers only. If you don't watch the sub version of Dragon Ball Super, if you don't watch the Japanese episode, if you're not up to date, this next question might be spoilers for you. So I'm gonna give you a couple more seconds before I say what my answer is, because it is something that's happened in the most recent arc of Super. You've been warned? Alright, cool. Now that those losers are gone, my favorite fight in all of Dragon Ball Super so far was honestly the Kefla versus Goku fight. That was sick. I like that way more than the Goku and Jiren fight. And honestly, Kefla has become one of my favorite characters and is honestly my new favorite fused character. I thought Kefla was sick. Least favorite character in the Dragon Ball FighterZ roster, and who would you want to be DLC? I haven't played as every single character, I don't think, in Fighters yet, but some of the characters that I really have no interest in are Nappa, Ginyu, Krillin. I might toy around with them a little bit, but those are characters that like don't really impress me in any way in particular. I don't really see myself playing as them a whole lot, so those are the ones that are probably the weakest links for me. As far as what characters I would want to see as a DLC, I think we may or may not have already confirmed who we think the 8 characters are going to be based off leaks and data mining and files that have been found in the game thanks to modders and data miners over on PC. But there's only one character that I really want in this game, and that's Bardock. And it's very likely that we're going to get Bardock, and as long as we get him, I'm satisfied. I'm content because he's the only character I care about. As far as 7 other characters, I might make a video on that topic in particular, so stay tuned for that. I've watched A Silent Voice and Your Name, and I can't find anything better, or at least on par. Please help. If you liked A Silent Voice and Your Name, then I have 2 recommendations for you that I think that you'd really enjoy, and they're both from the same director who did Your Name, Makoto Shinkai, my personal favorite director. And those 2 films are 5 centimeters per second and The Garden of Words. And The Garden of Words is my favorite movie of all time, not just anime, but movie period of all time. I absolutely love that movie, and it's very short. It's only about 45 minutes, and 5 centimeters per second might not be able to be considered a movie because it's split up into like 3 acts, and it's a little weird, but they're both great. They're both really great, and they're both by Makoto Shinkai. So yeah, those get a big recommendation from me. And with that takes care of all the questions that I got. If I didn't answer your question, I do apologize. I might not have been able to see it because for some reason I can't see all the replies to my tweets on Twitter. I don't know what it is. Some of them just don't show up. Like, I can visibly see that I have replies, and then when I click on the tweet to see them, they're not there. So I don't know. I apologize now. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, folks. Let me know any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns you have in the comment section down below. Hit this video like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all those content I plan on bringing you. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. And remember, nothing can happen to you swing the bat. Later.